Hey guys, this is Toño Flores. In this video, I'm gonna be answering the question of can a veteran still buy another house if they leave the mortgage in place? In that question, what they really mean is can they still use 100% financing to purchase the next house? And the short answer is yes. I'm gonna explain on this video how can they do that, how can they calculate the remaining entitlement that they can use to purchase the next house. This is a common question I get from agents, from homeowners. You know, I'm seeing a lot in this market situations where veterans bought their house at the height of the market 2-3 years ago, and now they are looking to sell. And because of the interest rates, now they are in a position of little to no equity or even underwater. We actually got under contract one house in Lubbock, Texas, 2 weeks ago. He was a veteran. He had a VA loan in the house. This homeowner actually was behind in payments. And what we did in this situation is we left the mortgage in place. We're gonna cut up the arrears. We're gonna pay the listing side of the commission, closing costs, so that way they don't have to spend any money to sell the house. So before I get into explaining, calculating the remaining VA entitlement they can use to purchase another house, I'm just gonna tell you the differences between doing a subject-to transaction and a mirror wrap. So when they have a VA loan, we would be doing a mirror wrap. I'm gonna tell you why. And by the way, we are now only doing exact wrap. Mirror wrap is the same thing, because it protects the seller more. I'm gonna explain to you the differences real quick. I actually made a video going and explaining subject to and going through the most common questions. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Full disclosure, this is something that I learned from Matthew Bell. He's a loan officer in Texas. He's a VA specialist. I learned this because I am inside of a community where we learn creative finance, and he was there. And that's where I learned it from. Matthew Bell, I'm gonna also leave his information down below, his YouTube, his website, so you can look him up. Actually, every deal that we have under contract, he's happy to help us with any questions related to loans, VA entitlement, and all of that. So full disclosure, this is what I learned this from Matthew Bell. So let's get right into it, guys. So differences between subject to and mirror wrap. On a subject to, it's the same idea. We are gonna be leaving the mortgage in place. The buyer is gonna take responsibility of those payments. Essentially, we're gonna leverage the existing interest rate that they have on the house, and the deed and the title goes to the buyer, so the buyer can have control of the house. Now, on a subject to, there is not a lot of security to the seller, and that is a promissory note and a deed of trust or mortgage, depending on the state. I mean, if the buyer defaults on the payment, there is a breach of contract, and they can take that to court. The seller can sue the buyer, and they have a court action forcing the sale, forcing the deed back. Depends on the situation. Now, we don't want to do that because it's just, there is not like a process involved when that happens, when the buyer defaults on the payments. This is why we do a mirror wrap or an exact wrap. The difference is that on a mirror wrap, the seller becomes the lender. Now he's a lien holder he has a lien against the property. Okay? And the reason that protects the seller more is because we create a promissory note and deed of trust, mirroring, that's where the word comes from, mirroring the existing terms that they have on the house. So think about it. I like to use this analogy. So think about it with like a gift. I'm gonna make some drawings here. Let me make the bubble a little bit smaller. Like this. This is perfect. I'll move this right here. So think about it as a gift. So, or like a burrito, you know. the existing ingredients that they have on the ingredients that they have on the burrito are the existing loan terms that they have on the house. So for example, they have a balance of 300,000. Let me change this. 300,000 balance of that. We're taking over that balance. And they have monthly payments of, let's say, 2,000 at 4% interest. So here is the tortilla. Think about it like a burrito or like a gift. We are wrapping the gift that is inside with a wrapping, how is it called? We're wrapping the gift like this. So we know that they have ingredients, the ingredients of the burrito in there. And it's just like on a mirror wrap, we are just using another tortilla and a promissory note and deed of trust. That's the other tortilla. And we're just putting it on top of this one. The same, we're gonna be making the same monthly payment with the same interest rate, whatever that is. This payment actually includes the taxes and insurance. So the buyer is also responsible of the mortgage payment, the taxes, insurance, HOA. If there is a solar panel, we can also take it over. And we also make those payments to the solar panel. So just think about it this way. That's the analogy. There is a burrito in place. The ingredients are the existing loan terms that they have on the house. And we are just putting another tortilla in there. So it's just better for the seller. There is more protection to the seller. They can foreclose for non-payment as the lender of the property. And it makes them a lien holder on the property and gives them true right to foreclose for non-payment. So there is, depending on the state, a process they follow, and there is an established due process, right? A gift wrap. So just told you the differences. Again, I made a video about SubTo and the most common questions I get. I'm gonna put it on the description below. So now let's get into how to calculate the remaining VA entitlement the veteran can use to purchase the next house. Okay? Hope you're getting value out of this. Please, if you're getting value, like the video, share it with your team, with another agent, with your client. Share this to your client. I'm surprised that there is actually, let me move this a little bit to the right. When I tell agents about this, I'm surprised there are just so many lenders that don't know about this. And it's not because they say that it's not possible, but that's just not the case. It just means that they just don't have the experience. All we gotta do, that this is actually the other challenge when doing a transaction like this, is just that a lot of people are not familiar on how to do this, how to get them the second tier VA entitlement. All we gotta do is talk to the underwriter. He's actually the one that tells the loan officer, the VA loan officer, how to do this. There is not a problem with that. So let's get into it, guys. VA entitlement. There are three things that we need to take into consideration to calculate the remaining VA entitlement. Number one is how much entitlement is currently being used. I'm gonna get into that. Second is what is the county limit of where they are going to purchase. That is really easy to know. As you can see, here is a picture. Oh shoot, I need to move it with my iPad actually. So you go like this. So it's really easy. You just put in Google conforming loan limit values for 2024. And as you can see on this side, I want to make a little drawing. Here, loan limit ranges. As you can see, depending on the county they are buying, the next house, it says how much entitlement they have, right? So as you can see, almost every county is in gray. Almost every county is at, they have 766,550, and for more expensive cities, the loan limit goes higher. As you can see, in California, it's 1,149,825. That's a lot, right? So that's number 2. Oh yeah, with the iPad. And number 3, what is the baseline purchase price they have to stay in or below to enjoy 100% financing? That means they can actually buy another house, 0 down, out of their pocket. They can have multiple VA loans under their name. So let's get into it. No, let's get to number 1. I'm gonna give you an example. So let's do it. Number 1, again, know the original loan balance of the subject property. This is something the seller can send you, or the agent, depending on if you're working direct to the seller or with an agent. If they want help figuring out this, so let's make an example. So we take the original balance, let's say is 500,000. Let me write it down. 500,000. Let's say that the original balance is 500,000. You multiply that plus times 0.25%. What is that? Let's do it. And that is 125,000. 125,000. So this number means what is the entitlement that they are currently using on the house that they are selling. Okay, 125,000. We got this number. Let's move on to the second question. What is the county loan limit for the area they are wanting to purchase in? Let's say they have a house in Florida and they want to purchase their next house in California. Okay, so let's see. So loan limit in county they want to purchase times 0.25% also. So let's say they want to buy in this county. In these counties, you know, this orange one. Let's do it. Why not? So we know that we have we have, let me move this a little bit more, 1,149,825 of loan limit. So let me write it down. Oh shoot, I'm gonna forget. 1149. Oh shoot, my memory is so bad. 1149. 825 times 0.25%. What is that? 149, 825 divided by 4 is the same thing. So they have 287, 456.25. Let's just like this. Okay, so we got the two numbers. Now the last question, and that is, what is the baseline purchase price they have to stay in or below to enjoy 100% financing? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so you calculate that by using max entitlement they can use, and this is this number right here. So let's do it. 287, 456.25 minus the entitlement they are currently using, and that was the first number, and that is 125,000. 125,000. What is that? Let's make it real quick. Minus 125,000, and that leaves us with 456.25 times 4. I almost missed that. Times 4, and that is 649 825. That means they can buy a house. Their next house, they need to be at 649,825 or lower to get 100% financing, zero down to purchase another house. That's really cool, right? So they actually can have multiple VA loans and get 100% financing. That's really nice, guys. So we got the number right here. That was just an example. Yeah, that would be it for this video. So again, a veteran can absolutely buy another house using their VA benefits, even if they sell their house on a mirror wrap, which means they leave the mortgage in place. We securitize the seller with a promissory note and deed of trust, mirroring the same loan terms that they have on the house. And depending on the equity and the numbers, normally the buyer pays for the listing side of the commission. In my situation, on my team, I have a transaction coordinator. She takes care of everything. So we can waive the buyer side of the commission. If they are behind on payments, we can catch up the arrears, depending on how much they are. Most of the time we do it. So that way they don't have to spend any money to sell the house. Amazing, right? So yeah, guys, that would be pretty much it for this video. Let me know your takeaways. Let me know if this was helpful for you guys. And yeah, if we're potentially working on a deal, if you're an agent or a homeowner, please let me know via text, or you can comment here down below. If you have any other questions, feel free to send this to your client, to your broker, to your team, to the lender your clients are working with to purchase the next house, and let me know how it goes. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.